Hey everyone, it's Brandy with Sprout Style Swap. Today we're going to be talking about clothing on hangers. So first, let's talk about presentation. At Sprout Style Swap, we want your items to sell. We know that well-displayed items sell better. So what does that mean? It means that your item is freshly laundered. It also means that if you have an item with buttons, zippers, or snaps, that you're making sure that those buttons are buttoned, those zippers are zipped, and those snaps are snapped. It's going to give an overall clean look that's ready for the rack. Okay, let's talk about dresses and shirts. Here you'll see that I have a little girl's dress that I'm looking to sell. It's on a hanger that fits the dress well. I don't have a hanger that's too big or too small. It fits it proportionally. You'll also see here that I already have it tagged, ready for the rack at the sale. I have used a tagging gun, so you can use a tagging gun or you can use safety pins to tag your items. So here I've used a tagging gun, and what I've done is I've made sure that the tagging pin is directly through a seam. If I were to have tagged this piece on this area here, it would leave behind a hole, and this would really be upsetting for our buyers. So what we want to make sure is that we're leaving behind very minimal holes directly in the seam, and so it's still in great condition for our buyers. Next, let's talk about shorts and pants. You'll see here that I have a pair of shorts that's directly on a hanger, that it fits well. I have taken safety pins and I've placed them directly through the seam to attach it to the hanger. You'll see that on the back as well. So I have one pin for this side directly through the seam. What I've done with this tag is I've placed it also on the jeans through the seam using a safety pin. Now I'm going to do a tug test, and this just makes sure that the item does not fall off the hanger. If it were coming off the hanger, I would just use more pins to secure it. Again, putting those pins directly through the seam. So this item right here is ready for the rack. I'd also like to mention that if you're using pant hangers, especially for smaller items, that this is going to be really great use of hangers. It's going to keep the pants on there. They're not falling off. I'm also have taken my tag and I've used my tagging pin to go directly into the seam, so I'm not creating any holes for the buyer. Next, let's talk about our sleepers and our swaddles. So for this sleeper, again, I've taken my tagging pin. It's directly through the seam here. I've zipped up the sleeper and it's well presented. The hanger isn't too large for it and it's ready for the rack. With our swaddles, these can be a little bit more difficult because they do not have a place to go directly on the hanger. So what I've done here is I have used safety pins to go directly into the seam, and I've placed them on my metal hanger. This slides back and forth, so to minimize that, I have used painter's tape on either side of the safety pin, and this is going to keep it from sliding. Also, I've tagged the item. The tag has gone directly through the seam so that I'm not creating any holes.